Have you ever wondered how easily your brain can be fooled? Our minds are constantly working to make sense of the world, but sometimes they can be tricked in the most unexpected ways. The rubber hand illusion is a classic experiment that shows just that. It's a fascinating demonstration used by neuroscientists and psychologists to explore how our brains construct our sense of self and body ownership. In this experiment, a person sits at a table with one of their real hands hidden from view, while a lifelike rubber hand is placed in front of them, clearly visible. Both the hidden real hand and the visible rubber hand are stroked in perfect sync, using small paintbrushes or similar tools. The participant watches as the rubber hand is touched, while feeling the same sensation on their real hidden hand. Soon, the brain starts to believe the rubber hand is its own. The illusion is so convincing that people begin to feel as if the fake hand is actually part of their body. People report feeling the touch on the fake hand, not their real one. The mind merges what it sees and feels, creating a new, altered sense of reality. The brain rewrites its body map, blurring the line between what's real and what's perceived. This confusion highlights just how adaptable and sometimes unreliable our brains can be. This illusion reveals how flexible and unreliable our sense of self can be. It challenges our assumptions about what it means to feel ownership over our own bodies. Even the ownership of our limbs is just a story the brain tells itself. Our sense of self is more fragile and constructed than we might realize. When the researcher suddenly strikes the rubber hand, participants often flinch or gasp, reacting as if their own hand was in danger. The illusion is so strong, the brain's protective instincts kick in automatically. The reaction is deep and automatic, showing the brain truly accepted the fake hand as its own. It's a powerful reminder of how our minds can be shaped by what we see and feel. It's a vivid demonstration of how malleable our perception of reality is. The rubber hand illusion continues to amaze scientists and participants alike, revealing the mysteries of the mind. The rubber hand illusion proves your brain's reality is more negotiable than you think, and sometimes what you feel isn't always what's real. How can the brain be so easily tricked by a rubber hand or even by the stories we tell ourselves every day? It's a fascinating question that reveals just how powerful our minds truly are, or by our own thoughts. The answer lies in a remarkable ability called neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to adapt, change, and reshape itself throughout our lives. The adult brain isn't fixed, it's constantly rewiring itself based on experience, learning, and even the stories we repeat to ourselves. Imagine your brain as a vast field of tall grass, stretching out in every direction, full of potential paths. The more you walk a path, by thinking a certain thought or practicing a behavior, the clearer and more defined that path becomes. Repeated thoughts, like, "I'm not good enough," become well-worn neural pathways, making those beliefs feel automatic and true, even if they aren't. This is Hebbian theory in action. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Each repetition strengthens the connection. The more you think a certain way, the stronger those connections get, turning fleeting thoughts into deeply held beliefs and habits. That's why changing habits or mindsets feels hard. You're fighting a superhighway in your brain, a route that's been traveled countless times. But here's the good news. You can build new paths, even if it takes effort and patience. Repeating a new thought like, "I can handle this," forges a new trail. At first, it's awkward and unfamiliar, but every step makes it easier. With repetition and time, the new path strengthens and the old one gradually fades away, making new beliefs feel natural. You're not just changing your mind, you're physically remodeling your brain, shaping its structure with every thought and choice. This is the science behind why our stories, true or not, become our reality. The brain can't always tell the difference between fact and repetition. The same mechanism that traps us in old beliefs can set us free, if we choose to use it intentionally. You can choose which stories your brain believes, and in doing so, you can change your reality from the inside out. One of the most powerful ways to change your brain is to change your self-talk. We all have an inner narrator, sometimes harsh, often critical. This negativity strengthens unhelpful neural pathways. The first step is awareness. Notice what your inner voice says, especially after mistakes. Don't judge it, just observe. Then, gently challenge and reframe it. Instead of, "I ruin everything," try, "I made a mistake and I can learn from it." This is the core of cognitive behavioral therapy. Change your thoughts, and you change your feelings and actions. Practice catching negative thoughts and writing them down. Over time, reframing becomes automatic. You're building a new default response. It's like training a muscle, awkward at first, but stronger with repetition. You're not erasing mistakes, just changing the story you tell yourself about them. This small shift can transform how you experience the world. Fake it till you make it isn't just a cliche, it's backed by psychology. Acting as if you have a quality can help your brain adopt it. For example, want to feel confident? Stand tall, make eye contact, speak clearly. Even if you feel nervous, your brain notices your confident actions and starts to believe them. This creates a feedback loop. Action influences feeling. Research shows that body language can change your hormones and mindset. Identify a quality you want, patience, discipline, creativity, and act as if you already have it. Your brain updates its model of who you are based on your actions. Consistency is key. The more you act the part, the more real it becomes. You're not being fake. You're building your future self one action at a time. Why is the brain so easily influenced? It's not a flaw, it's a survival feature. Our brains evolved to be prediction machines, not perfect recorders of reality. They use shortcuts and patterns to process overwhelming sensory data. That's why illusions work. The brain fills in gaps based on past experience. The rubber hand illusion works because the brain assumes what it sees and feels must match. Repetition is powerful. If the brain hears something often, it starts to believe it. It doesn't always check the source. It just integrates repeated messages into its model of reality. This adaptability lets us learn, adapt, and recover. The same plasticity that makes us gullible also makes us capable of change. We can consciously choose which patterns to reinforce. The brain's flexibility is our greatest tool for growth. Changing your brain isn't just about thoughts. Habits matter too. Big changes feel overwhelming, but tiny habits fly under the brain's radar. Want to exercise? Start by just putting on your running shoes each day. It's so easy, your brain can't object. This small act starts to build a new identity, someone who exercises. As you repeat the habit, your self-image shifts and the habit grows naturally. The key is to make the habit too small to fail. Want to read more? Read 1 page a day. Want to learn a language? Practice for 2 minutes each morning. These micro habits bypass resistance and lay down new neural pathways. Over time, small actions compound into big changes. You're tricking your brain into transformation, one tiny step at a time. Consistency, not intensity, is what rewires your mind. The placebo effect is the brain tricking the body. Belief alone can trigger real change. It's a fascinating example of how our minds and bodies are deeply connected, and how our expectations can shape our reality in surprising ways. In clinical trials, people given sugar pills often report real improvements, simply because they expect to. Their symptoms ease, pain lessens, and sometimes even measurable health markers improve, all without any active medication. Placebos can even release real painkillers, endorphins, in the brain. The mind's belief in healing can set off a cascade of biological responses, showing just how powerful our thoughts can be. This isn't limited to medicine. The placebo effect is at work in our daily routines, shaping how we feel and perform in countless subtle ways. We create placebos in daily life too. Our habits and rituals can become powerful cues for our brains, setting the stage for how we experience each day. Your morning coffee ritual, for example, signals your brain to wake up, even before the caffeine hits. The familiar smell, the warmth of the mug, and the act of brewing all tell your mind it's time to get alert. You can harness this by creating your own rituals, a focus playlist before work, a calming tea before bed, or even a few deep breaths before a big meeting. Repeating these actions trains your brain to associate them with certain states. Over time, these cues become powerful triggers for productivity, relaxation, or confidence. The ritual becomes a trigger for focus, calm, or energy. Even small, intentional actions can have a big impact on your mindset and performance. The secret is belief and consistency. Treat your ritual as meaningful, and your brain will follow. The more you invest in the meaning of your actions, the stronger the effect. You're not fooling yourself, you're using your brain's wiring to your advantage. This is a way to consciously shape your experience and well-being. Small, intentional rituals can powerfully shift your mindset. They help you feel more in control, more present, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. The placebo effect shows belief is a tool you can use. When you choose to believe in your own rituals, you unlock new possibilities for growth and change. Your brain responds to the stories you tell it, so tell good ones and let your beliefs work for you every day. Visualization is a powerful way to influence your brain. Elite athletes use it to mentally rehearse success, imagining every detail of a perfect performance. When you visualize vividly, your brain activates many of the same pathways as real action. This mental practice can improve performance almost as much as physical practice. You can use it for any goal. Imagine yourself succeeding, feel the emotions, engage all your senses. Visualizing a job interview, for example, makes the real thing less intimidating. The key is to focus on the process and the feeling, not just the outcome. You're creating a memory of a future event, making success feel expected. Visualization lays the groundwork for your brain to turn imagination into reality. The brain isn't a perfect observer. It's a storyteller, weaving reality from the evidence it's given. This flexibility is an opportunity. We can shape our own stories. Techniques like reframing self-talk, acting as if, building tiny habits, and visualization let us steer our minds in helpful directions. By choosing your thoughts, actions, and imagined futures, you reshape your brain's structure. The same mechanisms that trap us can set us free. It's a subtle but profound power we all possess. If you've enjoyed this journey into the mind, consider subscribing for more explorations into human psychology. There's always more to discover.